Well, man on man, he's got at least 7 inches on me. I'm going to do my best. I don't know. We'll see tonight.
You got to think positive. You got to try and stop him.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I hope so. The guy's great. I mean, what else can you say? Dude must have scored 50 points. He can shoot. He can play basketball.
He's quite a high school basketball player, and we went in and we did our best, and he has a great touch for a big man, 7 foot tall, and I don't feel bad about it. We did our best.
Well, it was kind of hotter than tonight. It's nice and cool in here. When we went out there, it's kind of hot and smoky. Couldn't breathe real well. Yeah, just kind of sluggish, I guess. But came through all right.
Okay, your last game at home, and when they announced the scoring record here tonight, you seem to be getting a standing ovation just about every night. What are your thoughts about the way people react to the way you're playing here at the end of your career?
Well, I think that's fantastic that everybody really, is really for me, to do my thing. I just try to do the best I can and just please them.
The attention and all the publicity, I don't think that really ever mattered to Bill. He just, he came from a small town, Elk Grove, and I just think he had his head screwed on right from the start. And
In his practice uniform, he looks like the Jolly Green Giant, but actually he's better known as Bill Cartwright, USF's big postman. Probably the most remarkable thing about Cartwright is neither his size nor his scoring ability, but instead his character. He looks more like the Jolly Green Giant in his practice uniform, but actually he's better known as Bill Cartwright, USF's big postman. But actually he's Bill Cartwright, USF's big postman.
Downtown where.
Now, when I ask a question, what area do you think that you've improved upon the most the last 4 years? What's the one thing that you've probably picked up on the best?
Well, I would say I've picked up more on my defense, especially this year. I think that's mainly because I've had to take more responsibility and play more defense this year. In years past, we've had really good players like James Hardy and Woodford, and we've had a lot of good talent, whereas this year we don't have as much experienced players, and I have to take more responsibility and playing more defense and bringing the ball off the boards.
You mentioned your defense. How about on offense? Have you learned to pass a lot more? Is passing becoming easier for you?
Well, this year, I've had like 2 or 3 guys guarding me the whole year. I've never had the whole game where I've been guarded one-on-one. So, as a result of that, I've had to pass the ball as well as shoot the ball. That's just a part of the game.
You mentioned you had 2 or 3 guys on you every single game. It's never been one-on-one. How have you handled this situation? It must be very tough.
Well, different teams coming in, they see, okay, Cartwright scored 20-something points a game, and they see that as, okay, we have to stop him. So as a result of that, they're gonna sag a lot on me and just let the other guys on our team shoot. But we have a lot of good players in our team, and that has a tendency to backfire on them.
You don't consider yourself a one-man team?
Not at all.
Although some people indicate that USF without Bill Cartwright would be nothing.
Well, like I said, USF is a team. If you take one player, like
Bill, with all the awards that you've received the past 4 years, and now obviously you're going to go over the 2,000 mark in points probably tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night, since you're only 3 points away. And then Saturday night, they're going to retire your jersey. How have you kept everything in perspective? You seem to have the same character as you did in high school when I talked to you last.
Well, I think you have to look at it as, there's a lot of good players around, and you just have to feel fortunate that this is happening to you. I mean, I know he's very retired with guys like Bill Russell and Casey Jubbs. That's in some pretty fair company, and you just have to feel honored.
You're going to go over the 2,000 mark, as I said, tomorrow night. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's nice to to be able to score all those points, but I couldn't have done it without these other guys out here passing me the ball and just giving up their own shots to give it to me.
Retiring the jersey Saturday night.
Well, like I said again, it's pretty much an honor to have your uniform retired.
When you look back upon your 4 years here, when you consider that maybe you could have gone to UCLA or maybe a USC, maybe gotten a lot more recognition nationally, do you have any regrets about coming to USF at all? Okay. I guess go ahead and just tell me again, where'd you get your nickname, the Mad Slammer?
Well, last year I used to dunk a lot, and they would take the pictures of the dunks, and when the pictures came back out, I would always be frowning or making a face or something. Everybody said I would look mad, so they nicknamed me the Mad Slammer.
Were you mad?
Well, not really mad, but you have to grunt and make faces when you do a dunk. You can't smile when you're doing it. I've been trying to do it, but it just won't work.
Everyone knows you as the dunk man on the team. Besides Cartwright, Cartwright can dunk. But what kind of a feeling is it when you do?
Well, last year I really didn't concentrate on dunking because you could get up in the air and you could see guys around you would get frightened. But over the summer I worked on just once I would get the ball, just jump and don't worry about who's around. Just go ahead and dunk it.
Doug, last year a lot of pressure was put on you, I guess, when Cartwright was hurt in the rebounding department, and I guess as far as playing defense. How has that responsibility been this year for you?
Well, I've changed positions this year. I'm playing like a swing man, which is taking me away from the basket. And what I have to do is work harder on rebounding because I have to, like, when a shot's taken, I have to rush to the basket. I'm not under there, see. But I think I can still get the job done.
What makes this team run? Is it just Cartwright alone, or is that just a big? Is that Is it a team effort? What really makes up the USF Dons?
Well, Cartwright and myself, we usually try to do something to motivate the younger players, and once you get them into the swing of the offense or whatever we're doing, they'll play a lot better.
But really, what is the one thing that really makes up the Dons as far as character is concerned?
I think most of the younger guys want to go places, so it makes them work.
Hard work?
Hard work. When they see, like right now, we can't lose any games else we're out of it. So all the guys realize that now. And at first, the younger guys didn't realize how serious it was. They were just kind of going through the motions, but now, they're getting into it.
As far as Bill Cartwright is concerned, how have you seen him changed, if any, the last couple of 3 years? Not so much on the court, but the person, Bill Cartwright. Has he changed very much?
Whereas, he used to be fairly quiet.
Dan, despite all the attention focused on Bill Cartwright, he seemed to have kept his head above water. How has he done that?
Well, I think Bill was fortunate. When he was in high school, I think he came from a solid program. He had the benefit of people looking after him when he was young. And it never really did bother him, and all the publicity, and that's a real credit to him. And I think that, as I said, when he goes on and he gets to be a pro and he gets to even get more notoriety, it's even going to be more important that he can handle the publicity and the pressure, and I think he can do that.
You think he's going to be good in the pros?
I think he's going to be a great pro center. If you're talking about a Walton or Jabbar, that'd be another sphere. That's going way up there. But I think Bill's going to be a fine pro center. He's capable, I think, in a year or two of averaging 20 points a game and maybe 13, 14 rebounds a game.
Okay, good. In his practice uniform, he looks like the Jolly Green Giant, but actually he's better known as Bill Cartwright, USF's big postman. Probably the most remarkable thing about Cartwright is neither his size nor his scoring ability. Instead, his character.
If you took a Greenwood away from UCLA or something like that, he's a vital part of the team, but he is a part of the team. It's not one person doesn't make a team. 5 people make a team.
Well, when I first met Bill, he was a fairly quiet guy. But then as the team changed year by year, and we had more guys get on the team that was open and liked to talk a lot, and with Bill being a senior representative of the team, he had to talk more and more to each guy and get to know more and more people. So he's opened up a lot in the last 2 years.
there's a lot of good players in the NBA, and a majority of them happen to be centers, and that is a tough spot. If you can get a good center, then you usually have a pretty good team. So, I think I can definitely hold my own. I think for a big guy, I'm quick and I can shoot it. So I think I do have some things to offer the pros.
Okay. See, I'm not an expert on that, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's going to be a super player. Not only he's got the tools. I don't know of a big man in the NBA right now that can shoot the ball the way Billy can shoot it. He's extremely mobile. He's extremely quick, and most of all, he's coachable. Bill wants to do one thing, and that's to win. And whatever the coach asks of him, he'll do it. Someone like Bob Wolf or one shot.
Okay. Dan, you've worked with Bill here for the last 9 years, and you've developed a very close relationship. And how much do you think the fact that it is a close friendship, that has to do with the fact that you're coaching him? That helps a lot, doesn't it?
Well, of course it helps, because Bill trusts me and I trust Bill. We have total mutual respect. So when I give him a suggestion or I say something about his game, he will believe me, and because he knows that I'm going to do the best for Bill. And it's much easier for me to give him criticism, constructive criticism, because of our relationship.
How do you think he's going to do as a pro?
Well, of course, I'm rather biased. I think he's
really?
I think
for him, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable, and that's the reason why I enjoy my relationship with him so much, because to be such a talented young man and still yet will do what you tell him to do, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Dan.
And thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I know you couldn't. I don't know if you couldn't or you did. I don't know. Well. They're not saying bad things about it. They're saying things they don't know what they're talking about. That's a. What do you think pro basketball can do? Everyone's going to ask that. What role do you think?
Well, I would say it'd be a combination of both. But let's say for example, I got drafted by Chicago. I'd go to Chicago. I'd give Chicago all I have. Mm-hmm. It's not really in my hands to decide whether I'm going to go one place or the other.
How much do you think Bill Cartwright is worth as far as talent is concerned? Would you be willing to say?
Well, I think that a lot of players who go into pro ball are more or less looking out for themselves, and they don't really look at the team aspect. I think that's what the pros are looking for. They're looking for a guy that's going to come in, he's going to contribute to the team, and he's going to give all he has every day, and I think I'm that type of guy.
How tall are you officially?
7'1.5".
Because I've heard and I've read 7'1", 7'2", 7 feet, but it's 7.5.
I don't know, between 6'11" and a half and 7. Between there, it's pretty hard to measure because different just like nobody knows. Nobody really knows how tall Jabbar is.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 7.
Okay.
Bill, obviously at this point you don't have the slightest idea which team you're going to be playing for next year in the NBA, but which team do you prefer? Which team would you like to be playing for?
Well, I think I'd prefer to play for New York because of the town, and New York's a great sports town. There's no doubt about that. And also financially, it would be to my benefit to go to New York.
Mm-hmm. If you had your choice now of, say, a team you didn't like so well that was offering you a lot of money, and let's say a team like New York, which you want to play for, is really the place or money is your preference right now? How do you think Bill Cartwright will perform in the pros?
Well,
Rolling. Bill, are you looking forward to playing against some of the guys you've read about and heard about all these years, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and, of course, Clifford Ray of the Warriors and those type of players? The past 9 years has really been one on a friendly basis, and you've developed a close friendship. Do you think that's helped as far as his coaching you the past 9 years?
Well, no doubt about it. Like when I'm out here at the court and let's say for example I'm doing something wrong on my shot or I may not be doing something on the defense. He knows me. He knows how I play, and he's the type of guy where I know he knows what he's talking about, and he's helped me a lot as far as basketball.
How about the basketball camps now with the kids? This is your first year, obviously, in working with kids. How do you like it?
Well, basketball camps are pretty fun. I remember when I was a kid and I went to basketball camps. You got to see all the players who are in the pros, and it was pretty exciting, and it's pretty fun for me to go out and teach the kids my moves. I contribute to give the kids what I got, and it's pretty fun.
Do you miss life in Elk Grove?
Well, I've been away from Elk Grove for about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm pretty well settled out in North Sac, so I'm doing all right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I want to ask you about the NCAA playoffs last year against UCLA.
Why do you want to ask me about that?
I think USF could have beaten UCLA. I don't know how you feel.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We could have beat them.